Yeah, I'm smiling. And I think you know why. Yesterday we did it again, guys. Break out the brooms. This kind of sounds familiar, right? Another sweep on yesterday's video, going 3-0 on all the picks that I posted yesterday in that video. For those of you who might have missed out, well, sorry about you. But you'll have another opportunity in this video to jump on the hot streak that we have going on these PrizePicks plays. We're now 11-2 over our last few videos. It doesn't get a whole lot hotter than that. Now, listen, what goes up must eventually come down. I'm not saying that's going to be tonight. I think I found 3 really good early bird picks for us to jump on. Great value, as we have been finding in these previous videos. But let's just recap real quick what happened yesterday. We had Spencer Dinwiddie going under 8.5 assists. I got to be honest, out of all the picks, out of all the ones that we discussed, this one right here was starting to give me some anxiety. It started off good in the day. Then the odds and the lines ended up shifting. And then before you know it, toward the end of the night, he was a betting favorite to go over 8.5 assists on the sports book. And so it did end up turning into a real sweat. In fact, it came down to the final shot. He kicked one out to Cameron Johnson for 3, and Cam missed it, thank God, because that would have given Spencer Dinwiddie his 9th assist, and it would have hurt a lot of people's feelings. Now, Donovan Mitchell, over 4.5 assists, was actually not all that sweaty. He did a pretty good job covering it pretty quickly for us. I think he did it shortly after the second half began, but even if you took him at over 5 assists, he obviously cleared that, finishing with 6 dimes on the night. And then the last play, let me hide my camera real quick so you can see it. Jalen Brunson, our thumbnail player of the day yesterday, absolutely destroyed both his original line of 23.5 points. Then it got bumped up to 24.5 points. Then it got bumped up to 25, and I think even as high as 25.5 points on some of the sports books. But he destroyed it, just as we had hoped, just as we expected Jalen Brunson to do. So we did a 3-0 sweep yesterday. Congratulations to all of you. If you want some money, let me know down in the comment section. Hit the like button and make sure that you're getting subscribed and that notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on any of my future content. All right? Did you do all those things? Like, subscribe, comment below, turn notifications on? Okay, good. Let's talk about today's PrizePicks plays. Again, I'm coming back at you with 3 different plays on the PrizePicks board. We're trying to grab that early value. A lot of these lines end up getting bumped up, bumped down, or completely taken down on the PrizePicks board. So it's imperative that we move and act quickly. If we see something we like, we must pounce. We must pounce because the value does not last forever on PrizePicks. So taking a look at today's PrizePicks plays. Guys, if you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, use promo code Curry. Make that first deposit on PrizePicks. And they're going to match you dollar for dollar when you use that code Curry. I've left a special link for you down in the description of today's video. Get started playing on PrizePicks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy, and we've been making it look easy. All right, let's see if we can make it look easy again. Starting with the first pick, Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic, my favorite team. You know what, matter of fact, let me represent and be loud and proud about my Orlando Magic. I mean, we're sitting up there at the top of the Eastern Conference next to the Boston Celtics, guys. Maybe the surprise team of this year, of this season, the Orlando Magic. But nonetheless, Jalen Suggs at 19.5 points and rebounds. Going up against Washington, they just played Washington, and yes, Suggs had a good game against Washington, but usually when teams face each other on like a back-to-back like Orlando and Washington, the game script changes just a little bit. Things play out just a little bit different in the rematch than they did in the first game, and hopefully that's the case with Jalen Suggs here. Taking a look at where he's at on props.cash. 19.5 points and rebounds. We've got all his game logs pulled up this season. These are games played without Wendell Carter Jr. and without Markelle Fultz. I want to make that very clear that we've accounted for those 2 players being out of the lineup. So we're only seeing game logs now where both of those dudes sat out. And when we look at these game logs, we've got a total of 11 of them. He has only exceeded 19.5 points and rebounds in 4 out of 11 games. And the last game that he did it was against the Washington Wizards, where he put up 25 points and rebounds in that game. So not a very high hit rate without Fultz and Carter Jr. in the lineup, only going over in 4 games, meaning he's gone under in 7 out of 11 games, which is a pretty darn good hit rate for the under. So Jalen Suggs under 19.5 points and rebounds looks like a pretty decent play so far. Now, is it a plus EV play? Because if you're playing on PrizePicks, you should know that by now. If you're not playing plus EV plays on PrizePicks, well, you're probably just costing yourself some money. You're probably doing things wrong. So looking at Jalen Suggs here, you can see him at 19.5 points and rebounds on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. By the way, this is the most influential tool for PrizePicks. And what do I mean by influential? I mean, this tool right here is single-handedly responsible for those lines getting bumped up, for those lines getting bumped down, or completely removed from the PrizePicks board. So get your hands on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Be ahead of the bumps. Be ahead of the lines being taken down. You can get ahead of it by using this tool right here. I've left a special link for you down in the description of today's video. Use code Curry at checkout, and you might even save a few bucks. I don't know. But anyway, this is a plus EV play. Jalen Suggs under 19.5 points and rebounds. 53.5% chance that he's going to go under. In fact, we're already seeing some of the sportsbook lines out there having him posted up at 18.5 points and rebounds, which means they're coming in a whole point lower than PrizePicks is. We're getting value. Value's the name of the game here. We got to grab and seize the value before it slips away. And so this one looks like a good value pick thus far. Let's take a look at some projections. The projections have steered us pretty good over the last few days, the last few videos. Like I said, that 11-2 run, we're looking to keep that run going. So let's go to the points and rebounds category using Fantasy Labs in this case. We'll type in Jalen Suggs' name and you see that he's got a projection of 18.9. Now at 19.5, 18.9 is a good projection. It's less than 19.5. So good first start here for this Jalen Suggs player prop projection. A second projection for Suggs. This is RotoWire. RotoWire's got him all the way down at 18.3 points and rebounds. So yet again, a second projection model saying take the under on Jalen Suggs. It's too high at 19.5 points and rebounds. Let me see if I have any other projections that we could look at. Here's another one. We do have one. LineStar, another great site. If you're looking for player prop projection tools, look at where they've got them. They've got them all the way down at 15.6 points and rebounds, gang. That's three different projection models that all have Jalen Suggs collecting less than 20 points and rebounds in this matchup. So who are we to disagree with these projection models with the way that the data on props.cash looks? Jalen Suggs at 19.5 points and rebounds, I guess for me would be an underplay or less. Now, if for some reason you think Jalen Suggs repeats his performance against Washington that he had one game ago, well then by all means you take more. But I don't think I'm going to be taking more. I think I'm going to be taking less because sometimes less is more. Yeah, anyway. Moving on to the second pick. Julius Randle of the New York Knicks, 13.5 rebounds and assists going up against the Toronto Raptors. This game tips off at 7:40 p.m. Eastern time. Randle sitting at 13.5 rebounds and assists. So which way should we be thinking about going? Well, let's go take a look at the game logs like we did for Jalen Suggs. We got Julius Randle here at 13.5 rebounds and assists. And we're seeing a lot of green here for Julius Randle. It's looking kind of nice. I see some of y'all, you got your Birdman hands rubbing together when you see this prop because it's got a 72% hit rate at 13.5 rebounds and assists. That's a 15.5 rebounds plus assists per game average. Julius Randle smashing y'all. And especially over the last 10 games, he's really picked up the pace here. Last 10 games, averaging a nice healthy 15.1 rebounds and assists per game. So if you're looking for a more recent sample size, the last 10 games, 80% hit rate. Green as it gets, my friends. Green as it gets. Now, I know some of y'all are probably thinking, dang, didn't Julius Randle just play last night? Didn't he go 4 quarters of basketball? I mean, could he be tired? Possibly. I mean, let's look at it. With props.cash, we can look at it. We can answer some of those questions. We can kind of bring down some of those fears and concerns that you might have. Here are all the games in which Julius Randle has played where he's had 0 days of rest. These are back-to-back games. He's played in 4 of them. He's actually gone over 13.5 rebounds and assists in 3 out of 4 games. That's 75% hit rate for those of you keeping score at home. All right. And he's averaging 13.5 rebounds and assists in back-to-backs this season. And one more thing that I wanted to point it out, we're going to dig a little bit deeper here. Look at the previous games against the Toronto Raptors. Now, these are all from last season, all right? So I don't want to make too much of this, but historically speaking, he's had some really good success against Toronto, racking up 17, 14, 23, and 27 big old rebounds and assists. So historically speaking, does pretty well against the Toronto Raptors, does really well in back-to-backs, and lately, he's been smashing the over with 14 or more rebounds and assists in a whole bunch of games. So now that we know that the historical hit rates are looking pretty nice here, let's go take a look and see if this is a plus EV play. We're just going to simply type in Julius Randle's name here, and when we do so, 52.1% chance that Julius Randle's going to go over 13.5 rebounds and assists. Now, 52.1% is not the highest odds to hit that you're going to see on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, and it's a far cry from a 100% hit rate. So just know that, like all these picks, there's always risk involved here, folks. All right, I'm not making promises. I'm not making guarantees. You guys should bet responsibly. That's all I'm saying here. There's always a chance that some of these picks can fail. But anyway, 52.1% chance that Julius Randle goes over. So now that we know it's a plus EV play, now that we know it's got good historical hit rates and that things are stacking up kind of nice here for Julius Randle, let's go run the projections. Let's run some projection models and see if Randle's projecting for more or less on all the projections that we have access to. Well, the first one, he's projecting for 14.8 rebounds and assists. That's almost 15. He only needs 14 to hit the over. So very good first projection provided here by Fantasy Labs and Action Labs. Taking a look at RotoWire, another one of our favorite projection sites to go to. I like to check multiple projection models. In this case, RotoWire's got Julius Randle all the way up at 15.95 rebounds and assists, almost 16. Again, 14 gets us paid. If he gets 16, well, that's nice, because if this gets bumped up to 14, we're going to hope that he gets 15 or 16 rebounds and assists, right? So things are looking pretty nice here for Julius Randle. Do we have him on any other projection models? I don't think we do. Actually, I do. I have one more. This is Betting Pros. Betting Pros is another free site you guys can check out if you're looking for some projections. But they got Randle all the way up at 15 projected rebounds and assists. So again, 3 different projection models, all with early projections suggesting the over on Julius Randle's just going to be the best way to go. So who are we to disagree? You know what I'm saying? We're just following the data, following the numbers in this case. This isn't me whipping out my crystal ball saying, hey, this is what I think will happen. No, I'm not from the future. I don't have the answers. I don't know without a shadow of a doubt what exactly is going to happen, but a lot of indicators, a lot of data, and a lot of signals say that Julius Randle could go over 13.5 rebounds and assists, which brings us to our third and final play. Yes, time flies when we're having fun. We're already to the last pick, guys, and it's Dennis Schroder of the Toronto Raptors. He's at 2.5 rebounds. Pretty low number, pretty easy number, right? Just 3 boards. That's all we need from you, Mr. Schroder. Let's go take a look and see what the prospects are of Dennis Schroder pulling in at least 3 boards against the New York Knicks. Heading over to props.cash. Again, 19 games in Dennis Schroder's game log. In 11 of 19 games, almost a 60% hit rate, he has exceeded 2.5 rebounds. 3.1 rebounds per game is his average. And in the last couple of games, he's done an exceptional job of hitting the glass with 6 boards against Phoenix and 5 in the game before that one. So overall, pretty nice hit rates here. 11 of 19, almost 60%. And when we go down and we take a look here at point guards versus the New York Knicks, again, we're still in props.cash. And if you want to give props.cash a try, if you want to take it on a date, well, take it to Code Curry, because with Code Curry, you're going to spend less. You're going to save 25% on your rendezvous with props.cash, okay? So I've left a special link down in the description. You guys know the drill. Click the link down there, use Code Curry, and save yourself 25% on your first month. But taking a look at the previous matchups against point guards and how many rebounds they've allowed to the point guard position here lately, look at this. 7 boards to Jordan Goodwin of the Phoenix Suns. 8 boards to Kyle Lowry, 5 rebounds to Shake Milton, LaMelo Ball with 5 boards, Tyus Jones. If Tyus Jones can get 3 rebounds, my goodness, can't Dennis Schroder? I'm just saying, y'all. So you kind of see some of the rebound totals versus opposing point guards here in recent games against the New York Knicks, right? All right. So now we know that this is a good historical hit rate type of prop, pretty good consistency here. We also know that the Knicks are just giving up a bunch of boards to opposing point guards. Now let's go run it on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and see if it is a plus EV play. And when we do, we can clearly see here that he's got about a 53.5% chance of going over 2.5 rebounds. You're seeing a lot of juice on the over on a lot of these sports books. You're getting true odds here of minus 135 that he's going to go over. So it is a plus EV play, meaning the wind is at our back. The juice is on our side. The odds are in our favor in this case. And so now we can move on and get some projections, feeling a little bit more confident about our guy, Dennis Schroder. Taking a look here, first projection on Fantasy Labs has him up at 2.9. Again, 3 rebounds, we get paid. So he's projecting for right at almost 3 rebounds on this first projection model. Let's swing it over to RotoWire. RotoWire's got Dennis Schroder's rebounds at 3.5. 3.58 to be exact. So they've got him going over 2.5 rebounds as well. Let me see if I have another projection for Schroder anywhere. Not there. Maybe I've got it on Betting Pros. Bear with me, bear with me. Dennis Schroder's rebounds on Betting Pros. Come on, come on, come on. 2.7. 2.7 boards. So what's that? 3 different projection models all have Dennis Schroder closer to 3 rebounds than 2. 3 gets us paid. And so hopefully Dennis Schroder does just that and gets us paid here. I think I'm going to take our thumbnail player of the game for more than 2.5 rebounds. So there you go. There's 3 early bird picks. These might get bumped. They might not. These might hit. They might not. Which ones are you liking? Let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you've hit that like button and turn on those doggone notifications so that YouTube alerts you as soon as these videos drop. Because I'm crazy. You just never know when a new piece of content's coming out. All right, guys, good luck. We will catch you in the next video. Blessings on all your slips and all your bets. Peace.